All right, let's talk about pizza. Today, we're going to slice right into the real story behind it, and I can promise you it's a story that goes way, way beyond the legend you think you know. Let's get to it.
Yeah, you think you know it, right? It's a simple, perfect food. Maybe you've heard that nice, neat little legend about a queen in the colors of a flag. Sounds good, doesn't it?
But what if I told you the real story is a lot messier, and honestly, a whole lot more interesting? It's a tale about the poorest of the poor, a very savvy queen, and a piece of paper that might just be a total fake. So before we get to the truth, let's start with the famous story.
This is the one you've probably heard. The classic, romantic origin story of pizza as we know it. A story that puts pizza in the halls of royalty.
Okay, so picture this. The year is 1889. King Umberto I and Queen Margherita are visiting Naples, and the story goes that the queen is just completely bored with all the super fancy French food she always has to eat. She wants something different. She wants to try the local stuff, the food of the people. And in Naples, that means pizza. So they summon the most famous pizza maker in the city, a guy named Raffaele Esposito, to the palace.
So Esposito shows up, and he prepares this, let's call it a pizza flight, for the queen. He makes 3 different kinds. One is pretty traditional, with lard and cheese. The second is a classic marinara, with tomato and garlic. But it's the third one. That was the showstopper. It was topped with red tomato, white mozzarella, and green basil, the colors of the brand new Italian flag.
And wouldn't you know it, the queen absolutely loved it. I mean, she was totally smitten with the patriotic one. So in her honor, Esposito names it Pizza Margherita. It's a perfect story, isn't it? A humble street food gets a royal seal of approval, it gets named for a queen, all wrapped up in this moment of national pride.
But what if that perfect story is just a little too perfect? Because historians have started poking some serious holes in this beautiful legend. And what they've found? Well, it pretty much changes everything.
So here's the big question. Should we actually believe it? Is this amazing, well-packaged story the real origin of one of the world's favorite foods? Let's just say the evidence is flimsy at best.
See, this entire legend, this whole story, it all hangs on one single thing, a thank you note. It's supposedly from the Queen's head of service, and it's still hanging on the wall at Pizzeria Brandi in Naples to this day. It is the only proof that this whole encounter ever happened. The problem, it really looks like it's a forgery. Yeah, food historians have pointed out some major red flags. First of all, the royal seal on the letter. It's in the wrong place compared to other official documents from the time. The signature of the official doesn't match other known examples of his handwriting. And get this, the letter calls the pizza maker Raffaele Esposito Brandi. Brandi wasn't his name, it was his wife's last name. But maybe the most damning piece of evidence is this. Not a single newspaper at the time wrote about this supposedly huge event. So, if the legend is a myth, where did pizza actually come from?
To find the real answer, we've got to go back, way back, to the 18th century and meet a group of people called the Lazzaroni. This was the nickname for the working poor of Naples. The city was a crazy busy port, and these laborers needed food that was super cheap, loaded with calories, and something they could eat fast, on the move.
And that, my friends, is what pizza really was. It wasn't a dish for a queen, it was street food for survival. It was a critical part of their diet. They ate it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was just a simple flatbread with whatever cheap toppings you could find. Garlic, lard, maybe some tomato. This was fuel. It was about pure necessity.
And this image is a million miles away from a royal palace. Pizza was sold on the street, wrapped in a piece of paper, and you'd eat it right there, folded over whole. No slices, no tables, no forks. It was just fast, cheap fuel to get you through another long day.
But from those incredibly humble beginnings, something amazing happened. An incredible craft emerged. The art of the Neapolitan pizza maker, the pizzaiolo, has become this revered tradition that is now protected and celebrated all over the globe.
I mean, this is serious business. The art of Neapolitan pizza making is actually recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage. Think about that. It puts the skill of a pizzaiolo right up there with other vital cultural traditions from all around the world. It's pretty amazing how this survival food turned into a true art form.
And the process itself is so precise. It starts simple enough: water, salt, yeast, flour. But the secret ingredient is time. The dough rises for 12 hours. Then it's divided up and it rests for another 12 hours. That full 24-hour fermentation is what gives the dough its amazing flavor and texture, all before it even gets touched.
And then comes the fire. A traditional Neapolitan pizza oven gets up to a blistering 485 degrees Celsius. That's about 900 degrees Fahrenheit. That insane dry heat is the key to creating the perfect crust.
And because it is so incredibly hot, the pizza cooks in just 60 to 90 seconds. That's it. The crust just puffs up, creating that beautiful raised edge, while the toppings cook just right. It's this wild combination of so much patience in the prep and then pure speed in the cooking.
So, from a simple street food to a protected art form, pizza's journey keeps going. But today, that journey's taken a whole new turn into the digital world where how we look at pizza is almost as important as how it tastes.
You know, it's true. We eat with our eyes first, especially on our phones. And food videographers have all these tricks to make pizza look absolutely irresistible. They kill the flat, boring overhead lights, and they light it from the side or from the back. That one simple trick creates all this texture and drama. It makes the cheese look amazing and highlights every single bubble in the crust.
And now you don't even need a real pizza to create those mouth-watering images. AI video generators can take a simple text prompt like cinematic shot of a pepperoni pizza and spit out a gorgeous video. And this kind of brings the story full circle, doesn't it? The original pizza margherita legend was built on a story, on a letter that was probably faked. And today, we can create entirely new, completely artificial food myths with just a few keystrokes.
So, after all of this, after the forged letters and the street food origins, the UNESCO heritage and the AI-generated videos, what exactly is a pizza? What have we really learned?
Well, for one thing, it is a massive global business. The world pizza market is worth $128 billion. That is an almost unbelievable number for a food that started as a way for the absolute poorest people to just survive. It's a journey from pure, raw necessity to a global symbol of fun and convenience.
And maybe that's the real answer. A pizza isn't just dough and sauce and cheese. It's a story. It's a story about survival and about incredible craftsmanship, about a clever myth, and about taking over the world. So the next time you order a pizza, just remember the centuries of history you're about to eat. What story does it tell you?